Yeah, obviously good stuff. To me, he was getting ahead early in the count and locating 4 different pitches in every single count and kind of kept us off balance. Clearly had good stuff, and he was just better than us tonight.
What was the scouting report on some of that breaking stuff? It seemed like, especially some of the young guys, just weren't seeing it well.
I mean, it was just, the scouting report was exactly what it was. It might have had a little more bite tonight because he was competing his butt off, but we have all the reports. They feed us plenty of information to go out there and get it done, and we didn't get it done. It definitely wasn't lacking information.
This won't be the first rubber match you guys are playing anyway in the football already. What do you like about the way you guys have approached those games?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got a bunch of guys back from last year's team who kind of made a living off of it last year, but it's kind of nice being able to kind of lean on the previous weeks being in one-to-one series. Obviously, we're really comfortable with Keenan going out there tomorrow. We got plenty of guys in the pen, and there's just a bunch of older guys that have kind of been in the situation, so I feel like everyone's prepared.
Good to see AJ out there at SEC play. What was kind of your perspective on that?
Yeah, it's good to have him back for sure. I think he's on the pitching count tonight, so he's looked good, and it's good to see him back throwing up, more pitches. He was kind of doing the same as he started, locating 3-4 different pitches and working ahead of the count.
Third straight week now, Vols game 2 after winning game 1. Any common denominator that you can maybe identify?
No, just not showing up, I guess, good enough for game 2. We obviously knew we dropped game 2 the last 2 weeks, but it's definitely no correlation. We just got to play better and hook it up.
What's the vibe early on when there's just a couple of defensive lapses here and there, a couple of free 90s, and not stuff y'all normally do? What's the message in the dugout at that point?
Make the next play. Obviously, we kind of lean on that even in the fall. Get the next one. Because the game definitely doesn't feel sorry for you, and certainly none of the fans feel sorry for you either. And that's obviously why we're here, is to go out there and make plays. So it's just kind of pushing behind you, go out there and get the next one.
Why was Marcus able to get out of so many jams today?
He's got good stuff. He's a big leaguer on the mound. He's got big time velo on the ear and good off-speed stuff, really good presence, and just like their guy, he was locating different pitches. And I think he's been around the block a few times now. He's been in those situations like that, and he's obviously more comfortable working around it.
What about Marcus allows him to grit through this type of outing?
Yeah, he's a hard worker. I've been around this guy for 2 years now. Personally, I think he had a pretty dang good outing. I think it was 2 runs. But he'll look over it and see what he has to do better. But I thought he pitched really well, and he'll be ready next week.
One more guy.
Are you a guy who, y'all haven't lost a lot of games, obviously, in the past couple years. Are you a guy who kind of, as soon as the game's over, you forget about it, or do you kind of go home still what works for you?
I mean, there's a couple things I kind of, look back on, at bat stuff, maybe a couple things to do with my swing, but I'll forget about this game. I guess technically I already forgot about the game, really, once I walked right off the field. But no, I'm definitely not going to dwell on the loss, and I'm looking forward to coming out and competing tomorrow.
Thanks, Hunter.
Thank you, Hunter.